This is vegan style.
What's up, guys? Just woke up. Here's my 15-minute morning meditation, how I do it in real time. Okay. Wow. That was really wonderful. So I just want to talk a little bit about what I do when I meditate, what is going through my mind at this point in my meditation practice, and how many days a week I do it, how long it is. So right now I'm on a streak where I'm meditating for 15 minutes seated every single morning, 7 days a week. And how I right now choose to get into meditation, as you can see, I do it right after I wake up, so I have no ideas or distractions from the computer or anything going through my mind. And I sit down on 2 pillows right here, and just cross-legged in Sukhasana, and I put my hands comfortably on my knees, try to sit up straight. And first I just begin to close my eyes, take a couple deep breaths, and then I start my 3 ohms. I'm really in love with Om, as most yogis are, and that really helps me to get in the zone to say, okay, it's time for meditation. You know this is the greatest thing you can possibly do for yourself all day, and it allows me to begin to get into that process. After my 3 long ohms, I begin to start to chant a mantra in my head. Right now, I like to chant Loka Samasta Sukhinu Bhavantu, which means may all beings everywhere be happy and free, and may the thoughts, words, and actions of my own life contribute in some way to that happiness and to that freedom for all. And I like to chant Loka Samasta on my in-breath, so breathing, Loka Samasta, and then exhale, Sukhinu Bhavantu. Loka Samasta, Sukhinu Bhavantu. And now I'm just chanting that in my head softly, trying to match the breath with that rhythm until after about a few minutes, what I've found recently is that I lose the mantra and begin to get closer to meditation where I don't need it anymore. And what I'm looking at is, my eyes are closed, of course, but I like to imagine that there is something sort of a foot or 2 in front of my face. So I'm almost gazing into the third eye, sort of merging and then out right here, just sort of an orb or an Om symbol. And that helps me so that my eyes don't wander, because even when your eyes are closed, they can still look over here and look over here. Instead, I keep it focused, straight ahead, gentle and soft. They're not strained, and that seems to help as well. And of course, there are times in my meditation where a thought comes into my head, and then I realize for the past probably minute or 2, I was thinking about some situation. And all you have to do when that happens is acknowledge it. And I literally imagine like a sort of wall, taking that idea, here's the idea, and just pushing it away to the point where it's out of my consciousness and vision. And then I go back to that just, oh, now what's in front of me is just an empty infinite space. And so whenever that happens, I continue to just push away that idea softly and then try to get focused again. Maybe I re-chant Loka Samasta Sukhinu Bhavantu. Usually I've found during the 10-minute mark is when I truly get in the zone. If I was an even more dedicated yogi, I would meditate for hours a day at a time, because really it takes a while to get into that state, and it's easier the longer you do it. So if you meditate for an hour, at that point on, you're gonna be in a very meditative state versus, oh, I'm gonna meditate for 5 minutes a day. It doesn't really give you the amount of time to truly get into that state. It's a good way to get into meditation, but you need to realize that meditation doesn't end at your 5 minutes every day. You need to continue to increase it for it to build, like anything. And visually, what usually has been happening usually is when I'm in that state, sort of these waves of darkness begin to flow so smoothly, sort of like the tide coming in at an ocean and then drawing back. And it's these sort of dark, soft tones that are just sort of like one comes in and then another washes it away, and it's truly like a wave just in my vision, which is very nice and allows me to relax and focus on that instead of focusing on the thoughts in my mind. So I think my mind and body wants me to meditate very much, and I'm getting closer and closer. So all it is practice. Meditating is the same thing as getting into a handstand. You're never going to do it your first time, but if you continue to practice and you practice frequently, it is going to happen. It's like any practice. It's like a sport, a physical activity. This is just a mental activity that you need to practice in order to achieve. There's no achievement in meditation, it's just practice. So today is Sunday. I advise everyone, it's a relaxed, calming day. It's the day of rest. Do yourself a favor and try a meditation practice. If that means taking a walk and that's your meditation for the day, okay. If you want to do a more formal meditation and sit down and do a silent, eyes closed, seated meditation, I really recommend it. When you think about it, we spend a lot of time, whether it's checking meaningless things on the computer or just hanging around. If you add up all that time, it's probably hours worth of a day. You can sit down for 10, 15 minutes or 30 minutes and just try to focus your mind, because really you're more productive. One of the reasons that I do this every morning is because I literally feel more energized and awake after I meditate than had I just woken up and started my day. I feel a little drowsy, not as focused. I feel like extremely energetic and focused, and I feel so much vitality and life force in my body after this that I'm prepared to take on whatever the day has to offer. So, namaste, yogis. Much love. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel, like my videos, and I'll keep posting them. Have an awesome weekend.
This is vegan style. This is vegan style.